Yo, what's up? It's Brett here, and today we're going to talk about how to build a marketing agency in 2020 the fast way. So, this video we're going to run through, I'm going to show you how to wireframe the business so that you can get up and running, actually making money as quick as possible. I'll show you how to avoid all of the things that are going to slow you down, and that's going to be part one of this series. In the next part, I'm going to show you how to set up a more official type business, how to get the more official payment processing, automatic payments, how to set up your website, your LLC, all of that type of stuff. But in this video, we're going to focus on what's important for you right now when you're starting out, which is how to get things off the ground fast and really get the ball rolling. So a few things we're going to dive through here: how to get your first clients, even if you don't have case studies. And then we're going to go through each of the elements that you need to actually wireframe out your business. So we're going to talk about beginner prices and packaging, things like that. We're going to talk about payment processing. We're going to talk about naming your agency, creating your email, things like that. And then we're going to go into more about how to actually deliver the service when you're first starting out and how to do it effectively and quickly without spending a bunch of time trying to learn all the skills that you need. So diving in here, what's the most important thing that you need in order to have an agency business? How do you know when you officially are an agency business owner? Well, is it when you have your website? No. Is it when you have payment processing? No. Is it when you figured out your packages and pricing and all of that? No. None of those things make you a business owner. What's going to make you actually have a business is having business, having clients. When you get your first client, that is when you're officially in the agency business. Until then, you are not. It doesn't matter how great your website is. It doesn't matter how many, packages and pricing PDFs you've created. None of that matters. The only thing that's going to matter out of the gate is that you get a client. So we're going to start first with how to do that. So first of all, in order to get a client, what do you need to do? What comes before you get a client? The one thing that absolutely has to happen is you need to talk with a prospect. You're not going to get a client without talking with someone. You need to actually talk with business owners in order to have any chance in the world at getting a client. So the very first thing that you need to figure out, write this down, is how to get prospects to talk with you. So it's really simple. What do you need to do in order to get someone to talk with you? If you want to talk with anyone, in any area of your life, what do you have to do? You have to reach out to them. In most cases, they're not just going to come talk to you unless it's your mom or your friends or something like that. But business owners are not going to just come talk to you. If you make a website, they're not just going to come talk to you unless you get traffic to it, which is outside the scope of what you're looking to do when you first get started. So what you need is a daily outreach plan. You want to use 3 to 5 different methods of outreach. It could be cold calling, where you get the number of a business owner and you actually call them, leave a message if you don't get in touch. It could be email, where you get the email address of the business owner or marketing manager or the contact person at that business. It could be going through a social media channel such as LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or any social media platform where your prospects are. Now, there's a right and a wrong way to do this outreach. The wrong way is to come in hot talking about marketing, telling them what you can do for them, telling them you can help them get more clients, XYZ. The reason that's wrong is because they've had so many people tell them that, and they've probably even had experiences where they worked with someone and didn't really get the results that they wanted. And they've probably got emails filling up their inbox from people who are just spamming them about doing marketing. So that wrong way we call the hard approach. What we call the right way would be the soft approach. The soft approach is going to allow you to start a conversation without them feeling pressure like you're going to try and sell them something. And so what you do is you come in and you say, "Hey Jack, this is Brett, and I'm excited to connect with you here on LinkedIn." And then you'll get a connection, and then you come back and you say, "Hey Jack, I see you're in the solar industry. How's business right now?" And just start a dialogue. And then eventually you can say, "Hey, I'm actually looking to get involved with the solar industry. Would you be open to, a quick chat over the phone? I have a few questions about the industry." And then get to talk with them in a very gentle, natural way where you're not just coming in obviously trying to sell them something. And then once you talk with them, you can ask them a bunch of questions about what they do. You ask them what's the biggest problems in their business, ask them what's, the problem with getting clients, and find out what struggles they're having when it comes to marketing. And then when they ask you, "Okay, cool, so what do you do? Like, what are you trying to get involved here?" Then you can say, "I'm actually interested in doing marketing for these companies." And right now I don't have any, sort of package or pricing or anything like that. But if I can help solve the problems that you talk about, would you want me to circle back around once I talk with a few more people and get this all figured out? And then usually they're going to be like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And then so what you do, you have a few of these calls, and then you figure out, okay, the people in these industries, they want more qualified leads. They're tired of getting leads that don't have the credit score. They're not even homeowners. They're tired of all this stuff. And what you can do is fix that. And you can set up a package that actually solves the biggest problems that they already told you that they had. So then when you go back, you already know that you're solving their problem, and they already agreed to that. And so when you show them the thing, it's going to be a no-brainer to want to at least give it a shot. And now let's talk about packages and pricing real quick. So when you're first starting out, this should be your mantra: get a client. It should not be get a client at X amount, get a client at X amount. When you're first starting out, you want to get a client at basically the most that they will easily say yes to. And I say easily because you don't want to pressure them into a larger package that they're uncomfortable with, because then if anything goes wrong, and with you being a newbie, it's likely that things will go wrong. If you charge them a lot more than they're comfortable with out of the gate, then they're going to say, oh, you know what, this isn't working, I'm scared, I'm going to back out. Or if anything goes wrong, they're going to go, oh, this might not work, I'm going to back out, I don't want to keep spending this much and probably just lose money. So what you want to do is you want to make it easy for them to say yes, even if it's free. If it's your first client, do it for free. A lot of people say, no, don't do anything for free, because people are just going to take advantage of you, and it's going to be a bad relationship because the people who want free stuff are bad people. Don't worry about that for the start. What you want to do is get clients, because even if you have a bad client, you can still use that case study. You can say, I did XYZ for them, I reduced their lead cost, I worked with this company, and you can tell the next people that you talk with. And each one of those that you have is going to be a case study that builds your confidence and people's confidence in you. So if you have to do it for free, do it for free. Now, when it comes to prospecting and sales, our agency growth program has an entire week on prospecting and how to set up prospecting for each channel, how to actually map out your outreach plan so you know exactly how many emails, Facebook messages, LinkedIn connections, you know exactly how much you need to do per day in order to hit your monthly goals. And we show you how to set that up, we show you how to track it and everything. And then when it comes to sales, we actually have an entire sales training. It is over 4.5 hours long. It's something like 13 modules. Each video goes into exactly how to do each step in the process. And that, for the time when I'm making this video, is actually completely free. You can click the link down below this video in the description to actually get free access to that. I don't know how long this is going to be available. So if it's not available and you look in the description, the link will just be gone. But if it is, then you can click it, you can go to that page. You can actually get enrolled for free for a limited time. Normally that's $497. Right now it's free. But anyways, back to actually setting up the wireframe for your business. So the first most important thing is to get clients, basically at any cost, even if it's free. So step one is get clients, and that needs to be your primary focus. I don't want you getting too distracted with this wireframing stuff that I'm going to go through. But once you're on track and once you're on the journey to getting clients, you can do this stuff in the background. And so you're going to need to set up services and packaging. So you need to decide what kind of services you're going to sell. This is going to depend on what the people you're talking with say. If they say, hey, I tried Facebook, I hate Facebook, I don't want to do it, and you hear that from 5 to 10 different people, you probably don't want to try and sell them Facebook ads. If they all say, I'm really interested in seeing what I can do with LinkedIn, then you're going to want to lean towards doing something with LinkedIn, because that's what they all want and that's what they're all already thinking. You don't want to have to re-educate people or convince them of something that they already said they don't want. That's going to make your job way, way harder. So your services are going to depend on what your clients want. Next is, if you don't know how to do that thing, just go on Facebook, go in a marketing group, and ask for who knows how to do it, if they'd be willing to partner up with you on a project. Now, they could become a long-term partner if it works out great, like is the case with my partner Patrick and I. I did not know how to do anything technical when it came to marketing and advertising. I knew how to do copywriting, sales, I knew how to, structure a marketing sequence, a marketing campaign, but I could not I barely knew how to log into Facebook, let alone Business Manager or Ads Manager. So I partnered with him, and he had already been doing Google ads, Facebook ads, so he knew this stuff in and out. And it turned out we worked together, we got awesome results for our clients, and so we kept doing that. And then eventually we started an LLC together, Reliable Marketing, and we've been building that company for the past 5-6 years. So it could become a long-term partner, it could not. You could have multiple partners, but you can go in these groups on Facebook, type in marketing, Facebook ad buyers, type in SMMA, any of those things. You're going to find people who are good at delivering the service, but not as good at doing the sales. So they'll be happy to actually partner up with you. So that's how you're going to set up your service. Now, the next thing you're going to need is probably an agency name. While it's not totally necessary yet, you definitely don't need a website for your first few sales, but you might want an agency name. And so naming your agency, you want to think of it like this. You want it to be easy to remember, and you want it to explain what you do. So ours, we call it Reliable Marketing, because we know that there's a lot of marketers who aren't reliable, they're not professional, they're kind of just, freelance type people. We wanted to give the perception of being reliable, and then we wanted people to know that we do marketing. And so it's pretty simple. You don't need to get too clever with it. If you want to and you have a great idea, then do that. But I would advise probably don't make it too cutesy or too out there or weird, especially at first. Later, if you niche down, you can make it something kind of, weirder or more niche. But in the beginning, I would keep it just something pretty basic. It could even just be your name and then marketing. So your last name and marketing. For me, that wouldn't be very good because it's Smith. Just be Smith Marketing. But naming it is pretty simple. I wouldn't spend too much time on it, especially before you even start an LLC. You can always change it later. And probably the prospects that you talk with, since you're telling them that you're just getting into the business, they probably won't even ask about your business name or anything like that anyways. So next thing you're going to need is an email. And so for this first email, I used in the beginning, it was Brett Smith, and then one word after it. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get my email blown up. I still use it. But I just made one that was my name and then one word after it. And that worked really well. Or you can name it the actual name of your business. So if you say, like, your business name is going to be Fantastic Marketing, then it would just be fantasticmarketing@gmail. And that's your email. That's how you communicate with clients and prospects. And then finally, you're going to need payment processing, we got one more thing. Payment processing, I would start with PayPal because it's so easy to get an account and it works perfectly well. You can do business invoicing and things in there. People are used to it. It looks professional. It's easy to do again, so you can get that set up fast. And then finally, you're going to want some kind of contract or some type of agreement. Now, the first few deals that I didn't have a formal agreement that was signed, and I didn't have any problems. So this is not legal advice or anything like that. I am totally unqualified to give legal advice. I'm just saying when I first started out, I didn't have one, but you'll probably want one. And what I did when I made my first agreement is I just went to Google, I typed in marketing service agreement, and then I looked through it and I read, I saw, okay, I can change this, I can change that, and I just customized it a little bit for my business, which probably wasn't even necessary. And then once you've got a client, they're ready to go. You can send them the agreement, you can send them an invoice and get them signed up. And boom, now you have a marketing agency with a client. So this video is about how to really get things up and running quickly. I made this kind of on the fly, so if you've got questions, put them in the comments. If there's popular questions, I'll make more videos about that specific question. And then also stay tuned because the next video is going to be a part 2 where I'm going to deep dive into all of the technical stuff that you need to actually set up your business. So like I was saying, getting your LLC set up, getting your website set up, what your website should look like, getting your payment processing set up, all of those things. They might actually be more videos than just 2, but basically coming up next is going to be that type of content. So if you like this video, please do drop a like. If you want to see more and make sure that you see it, subscribe, make sure that you hit the little notification bell, and comment if you got any questions. I'm happy to answer them. I like to read through the comments. I might answer in the comments, or I might just make a whole video about it. So that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, if you're at all interested in that sales training program, click the link down below. You can get it for free right now. and I'll see you on the inside of that. So that's it. See you guys next time.